Alright, hello, stargazers! Welcome in! How is everybody doing today? Hello! Oh, goodness. Hello, Sam Zero, hello, Janu, hello, MG, hello, Jaho, hello, Aerotane, hello, Wuston Fox, hello, Zengetsu, thank you for the pin! Hello, Babylon, hello, Kisakai, hello, Vessa, hello, Arknight, hello, KLMX, hello, welcome in, hello, Janu. Oh, goodness. How is everybody doing today? Time to bite chapter 10. We're gonna wrap everything up. We're gonna finish it off. We did realize that we do have like a record or that we needed to squeeze in. So we're not going to be starting 11 today, which honestly I think works out better because then we'll start Saturday cleanly with 11, right? I think that's a good way to go with things. Also, thank you very much for shouting out the mail, Johnny Virgil. Today is the very last day to put in mail orders. Very last day, alright? Thank you very much for shouting it out. If you want the silly prism, you pinged me for this sticker, as well as the mystery print, the trading card, the letter, all those things, maybe bonuses. Do consider joining before the end of the day today, because I will be spending the next week getting everything printed and sent out at the beginning of September. So this is your last chance for September. If you want the September issue of the Mail Club, then please consider signing up. Last day for September. Clarify on end of the day, since we got the Europeans. Midnight EST. Midnight EST, let's say. Basically, the main thing is that for any day after, it would just go into the next month. So if you opt in to join in tomorrow, you won't get September, you'll get October. 10 hours from now. There you go. There you go. I think you'll like October too. August mail will be sent out before July's mail arrives to me? Well, no. August mail was the first one, so you should be receiving August. And then I'm currently sending out... I'm working on getting September out. So, there was no July mail. Did stream just break? Stream health is fine on my end. Are we good? Are we good here? Testing. It's all fine? Okay. Yeah, there was no July mail. July signups were for August mail. August signups were for September. September will be for October. So if you signed up tomorrow, you'll get October. If you sign up today, you get September. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. It died for a second, but we're good now. Hopefully we're good now. Alright. That is strange. It looks okay on my end. I'm not seeing any dropped frames or anything. So hopefully hopefully things just stay where they need to be. Alright. Frostleaf, thank you very much for following. Thank you. I hope that you're having a good day today. Hello. Alright. Let's see. I think we just have to... Whew. I think we just have to jump right in, don't we? Yes, Frostleaf is on the Twitch side. YouTube is just eager to get started on the reading. I'm scared. Alright. I'm trying to not stall, but I am stalling slightly because I am a little nervous, but I'm trying to not be. End of chapter is always freaky. Alright. To not be scared, be squared. Thanks, Tahoe. Alrighty. Alright, also, I did do the H stages off stream. I did them without any HR help, so yay! So we'll be able to get through the reading there too. Yay! Oh. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Where are we? Alright. Here. In fact, you did it with HR entrance instead of... You know what? You know what? It was... I learned more techniques from it, so you know what? It's always great. We have to tease him a little bit. We have to tease him a little bit. Reading as in the book. You have to tease just a little bit, because it was like, it was totally non-malicious, but it was just kind of amusing. I'll give like a quick recap. Because, HR will sometimes sign into my account if they need to like check something or do something or I can't see anything and they just need to like figure things out, and that's totally fine. But we timed things wrong because I had partially cleared H10-3 and then I was like, okay, I think it's like enough to get the book records, and then I'm like, but you know, I'm not gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna clear it. And then Zangetsu's like, okay, I'll check for you, but I didn't see the message where he said I'll check for you. So I perfect cleared H10-3, and then I got the verification invalid thing, and I'm like, Zangetsu, did you log in by any chance? TLDR, we bumped each other's heads, yeah, basically. So I had to do H10-3 a second time. You would literally just kill the last enemy. I had the screenshots to prove it too. I have the screenshot where it's like, yes, perfect, done, finished. And then I have verification failed. So I was just highly amused by it. So I just have to tease you a little bit. I'm not gonna harp on it, but I just thought that was funny, and I'm like, oh no. Oh no, but it's okay. Because, you know what? We learned from it. It's all good. It's all good. I got more practice in, so... So I get to try to protect Manfred with all his power. Accurate, though. Very accurate. Alright. Okay. I got a lot of practice in, so that's good at least. Alright. Okay, onward. Onward, okay. Reflection of an ideal. There was once someone who could answer all our questions, but now we must find a new answer together. Your Majesty. Regretfully, I was late. Does Your Majesty share the same regrets I do? That we were not able to stop them here? Manfred. Back then, in Kasdel, you never would speak to me so guardedly. Back then, you'd look me straight in the eye. Your Majesty, Kasdel was nothing more than a cluttered ruin and a thick stack of blueprints. In all those years, you and the General. No, as things are now, there is no need to speak of past matters. Your Majesty has returned to the General's side. Together, you shall rule the royal court and bring the Sarkaz victory once again, just as countless times in the past. For me and the rest of the men, we need only remember this. Yes. Even so, Manfred, I really wish to meet the girl. Your Majesty! Do you think a person dreams in death? I've dreamt of them often the past few months. Again and again, I dream of that ship. I dream of conversations with that doctor of few smiles. I dream of standing shoulder to shoulder with that silent commander on the ship's deck. I dream of sitting by her bedside every night, telling tales of the Sarkaz and of this great land, lulling the girl to sleep.
Is the General aware?
He knows all. However, a dream is but a dream. Isn't that so?
Your Majesty, your cheeks.
It's just ash.
I thought...
I do not shed tears. Yes, why do I not shed tears?
Your Majesty, in the end you still allowed her to go to the city walls? You are aware of the threat the King of Sarkaz bears. Of course, not even Manfred or the Sanguinarch may be capable of successfully capturing the successor to that power. To defeat a Sarkaz king, the safest choice is naturally another one. Did you not intend that when you raised that suggestion to me? I also remember that you nearly killed me when I first suggested to bring her back. Vomit-inducing, that's what you said. It's difficult to forget such fury. My opinion has not changed. But we still need her, do we not? Only when the two of you stand together will the soldiers truly believe that the chaotic and dark era of the past is now history. They will never again question the legitimacy of your orders. There will no longer be two different voices in the Sarkaz's hearts. To this end, we must get hold of the other Sarkaz king as soon as possible. Then go and make sure of that. The soldiers must focus on the war ahead. They must clearly understand that they are following a ruler who can lead them out of their plight, and not just some power of dubious ownership. I know. You've never cared for that black crown. For your satisfaction, I've never stopped researching the Sarkaz king either. Thanks to her, I've made great progress. Should we get our hands on that goddess too, perhaps we will be able to truly understand the power of the Sarkaz king before too long. The Sarkaz are not slaves to any man or power. If the crown of the Sarkaz king is but another shackle, then crush it. Your wish aligns with my own. It will be done, Your Majesty. I did not expect you to return so late, Your Highness. You seem tired. Confessarius, you neglected to inform me that the Banshee was there too. I thought you'd have guessed it. A Banshee can be more trouble to deal with than a Naxiarer. What frightening talent. That said, the next time I'll simply stick his tongue in a crystal case and gift it to his mother. The Regent and the Naxiarer King will not be pleased, Your Highness. Then they'd best not find out. Also, that Manfred. How dare he use those toys mounted on the city walls on me? Half the filth on me is thanks to him. Perhaps I should teach him a lesson. I understand your frustrations, Your Highness. Consider this as a tiny compensation for the missing intel. I will suggest the Regent grant you the task of capturing the Sarkaz King. That bastard failed after all. I've been telling Teresa's all this time he's just a soft-hearted coward. It's fine. All of this is within the Regent's plans. Let them celebrate for now. After all, the best way to crush hope is to first let it come to fruition. The nobles in the city grow restless once more. You're right. Let them continue with their folly. When the banquet is at its peak, the abrupt shifting of laughter to horror, it's tantalizing. Incidentally, speaking of the nobles, is there anything your highness wishes to report to the regent?
No, nothing. Tell Teresa's I await the next banquet.
He's obviously discovered something, but he's hiding it? These little moves. I fear the regent will not tolerate him much longer. Leader, any movement from the Duke's forces outside the city? Oh? The Noxiara King will be returning soon. Once he arrives, send him to meet the regent immediately. Also, didn't you mention a Victorian noble sent some messengers back? Let us go and meet them. Sir, there's one more thing. Is there? She actually chose to return at such a time. Yes. Do you have a plan, sir? Send a message to the Royal Academy of Sciences. It's time for a long-awaited family reunion.
Liz, how are you feeling? Are we going too fast? Are you tired? I'm fine. You have to tell me if you feel any discomfort. Yes, my chest feels a bit stuffy. Is it because you're getting closer to home? No, that isn't my home. Shining, my home is with you and Neural.
I didn't want you to come back here.
But I wanted to. I want to go with you, and I want to find what I've lost. I can feel that they're here.
Yes, Nightingale. We'll find them, and they'll help you get better. You are going to get better. And then, we'll return to Rhodes Island. Or we could also go to Kazimierz. We'll go wherever you want.
You'll go with me, right?
Of course, Liz. No matter when, as long as you want it, I will stay by your side. It feels like going on a brand new journey, while also returning to the starting point. Its high walls give Londinium the feeling of a giant cage, or even a sealed graveyard, but it is also the past and present home of countless people. This place hides many answers, yet it also leads to a great deal more questions. Where are we going? To a reunion or separation?
Are we alive?
Yes, looks like we can finally take a breather. Rock, why are you crying? I've never seen you cry before.
It's nothing. I thought of Bill. When I think of him,
Old Bill.
No, I shouldn't do this. The battle isn't over.
It's fine, Rock. We're safe right now. We can take a break and think of Old Bill and our other friends. Before the next battle starts, it's what we ought to do.
We meet at last. You are... Allerdale Cumberland. Call me Allerdale. I'm Clavicia's friend, and the Londinium Citizen Self-Salvation Corps officer in charge of the Octarig Borough. That is, Central Londinium. Cumberland. You're the Duke of Cumberland's... daughter. I was just a small child when father passed away. I only remember him brushing his sweat-laden beard on my face whenever he returned from a fencing match. This is the only memory I've left after 20 years.
I heard that the Duke of Cumberland was betrayed by other anti-royalist dukes.
Father walked the path he believed in, for the sake of his ideals. I respect him greatly, which is why I'm here.
You and the other nobles within the city. You've been fighting against the Sarkaz.
Yes, but our efforts have only just begun to bear fruit. I was extremely surprised when Isabel came to look for me. Not just because she's the Count of Manchester's successor, although the Count has always been one of our most steadfast supporters. It's just that I thought all the Knights of the Tower were dead. Isabel's return was a great inspiration to many of us. Of course, what surprised me the most was you.
You know who I am?
I was not aware at first. How could I be surprised otherwise? All these years, we have never stopped looking for you, but there were never any clues. Many thought that you were long dead. I never believed so.
I do believe many of those looking for me actually wanted to take my life.
Perhaps so. But even among those, there are many who've changed their minds. You've seen what's happened to Londinium. People lost their freedom long ago. All Victorians, even those nobles holding tightly onto their titles, must either become a slave to the Sarkaz or tremble in fear as they hope to survive till the next day. Even deep in slumber, they instinctively cry out, "Your Majesty." Is there anyone who has not wondered, should that sudden execution all those years ago have gone another way, would Londinium be as it is today?
Do you really think that my presence here would change anything?
At the very least, it opens up a new possibility. Even though you appear to be contemplating, I know you've already set your heart on it.
Oh?
You sent Isabel to contact me. Is that not a sign that you're prepared to lead us against the Sarkaz?
I don't deny that I've made a decision. But being prepared, you can never be fully prepared.
You're not wrong.
We should begin, Lady Cumberland. Allerdale, please walk me through our current situation again. I'm sure you understand that I have a lot to catch up on.
Great. I love your enthusiasm. That's just what we need right now. Then, welcome home, Alexandrina, Your Majesty.
Heidi.
Calcet? Calcet! It's tough to get a meeting with you.
Did anyone follow you?
Don't worry, I've carefully covered my tracks all the way here. How could I be your messenger if I wasn't even capable of that?
You've already done very well. Your father would be proud.
Frankly, many times in the past when I was close to failure, I would think of you and wonder what you would do. I would also think about what you would say if I could get everyone to make it through with me. But now that you're really standing before me, I suddenly feel that all those things I've imagined mean nothing.
Heidi, you are well prepared.
Indeed. At least, I will always be prepared. All of us will. By the way, are you in a hurry to see Amia?
I've confirmed that she is currently safe. It's been a long time since I was in Londinium, so I have a number of matters I need to take care of.
That's good. There's someone... she's been waiting to meet you.
Calcet, start talking. I need an explanation. You're alive. And what exactly do you wish me to explain, W? You're as calm as ever. Hard for me to tell if you knew before you got here or not. Whatever. It doesn't even matter if you're a monster or not. I got bigger fins to fry. It's Teresa. It really was Teresa! You! How could you let Teresa get his hands on her body? Hamiya.
Sorry, Doctor. I didn't see you coming.
What did you see on the train?
Yes. I guess there's no hiding it, and I shouldn't hide it from you anyway. Dr. Starlight, I saw her. Doctor, Miss Rock really was talking about her.
Calcit said she already... And W's attitude towards me...
4 years ago, Teresa passed away. Even though Dr. Calcit and W may disagree with me about the truth behind this, there's one thing we definitely wouldn't get wrong. That day, we really lost her.
What's this about?
I don't know. But the moment I saw her at the train station, I finally understood why I felt those emotions in Londinium. Besides anger, sorrow, and endlessly infinite sorrow. Yes, to the Sarkas, anger and sorrow are symbiotic. It's just that they choose to dry their tears with anger most of the time. And all of those emotions seem to converge in her eyes. Even Teresa had never...
You're hurting.
Hurting? Maybe. But compared to them, those Sarkas shattered by hate and prejudice, this is nothing. I can feel it. It's too little. Far too little. I glimpsed it for a moment, but I was nearly drowned under that turbulent wave of emotion. What did Teresa go through?
That's not your responsibility.
Is it really not? Doctor, I said before that I really couldn't believe it was her. But when I saw her with my own 2 eyes, I found it wasn't very difficult at all to accept. Since I'm here, I need to know the truth. Not just the truth behind Teresa, but also the Sarkas within the city. What exactly did they experience, that they would be burdened with such anger and sorrow?
And if the truth brings about more pain?
Dr. Starlight.
I'm afraid too, Amiya. We will walk onwards together.
Yeah. Dr. Starlight. Together. Let's look for the answer.
This is also an answer I need. I apologize for interrupting you. There's an urgent matter concerning Alexandrina. I mean Vina, as well as our Self-Salvation Corps. Based on a letter from Lady Heidi, we've confirmed that this matter relates to you. Dr. Starlight, is Edward Artorius's relic in your possession? Okay then. I'm just a little bit
Okay then. I'm trying to call back to there's so many different things going on. Does that surname ring a bell? It does, but I'm trying to recall why. But it does. It does, like... Oh my gosh, it's... Oh man, that's making my head hurt. I should just be able to remember this on my own. I'm trying to... Ugh. Is it the, Okay, did it, was it at all related to Wei Yenwu? Because that's the only thing that's, like, snapping at me right now. So... That was the name of his brother, right? Brother, not brother. Oh. Brother with something else to add on. Brother-in-law. Alright, so I'm not entirely losing it. The name definitely was familiar. So... brother-in-law who was in trouble because... Draco. Fire. Okay. Why would I have a relic? Alright. Not entirely losing it, still holding on to some information. Alright then. Who's Wei Yenwu, the uncle of Star? Tallulah. So maybe Tallulah had something in her possession? Okay. Alright then. I mean, I'm guessing when she was on house arrest, she would probably have taken any possessions, but... Any new opinions on Teresa's? I like him less than I already disliked him. I don't want him going anywhere near the bunny. What do you mean, any new opinions? It just keeps going downhill. Guess you missed it? What? I'll post this answer with a spoiler attached in the story thread if you want to look it up since you've read the answer already. Okay. I'm just, there's so many different things going on. It's hard to keep track of every area of things. Guess you missed it? I mean, are you referring to the fact where he was originally against this whole idea and then went along with it? Is that what you're referring to? If I'm understanding it correctly? It's hard to tell what each person wants to know my opinions on. He hates what they did to Teresa, still allowed it. He probably thinks you'd like him better for the first half of that. I think the second makes him worse. I would agree. So, yeah, he was extremely against it. But then he also is now everyone wants to go after Amiya. And I'm not a fan of that. Do you think he likes cheese? I don't care about his opinions on cheese! I think I have bigger fin fish to fry. Oh. I just want to know your opinion on the funny masked Confessarius, the one speaking with Teresa's. Clearly related in some form to Shining. I mean, at least I think I'm aware that they're, like, within the same species, but beyond that, I don't know how far the relation goes. Ugh. So many different things happening! Okay. Lovely. Lovely smileys you got on there. Everything is happening indeed. Okay. Alright. I just want the bunny to be okay. Alright. WZ's waiting for this one? Okay, fair enough. Alright. Okay. Sparks afar, and out from the ashes climbs a will, sweeping on a Draco's flames. Okay. Next, turn your textbooks to page 132. Terran Calendar 31. The Empire of Hippogriff was officially renamed the Empire of Ursus. We've already spent 2 lectures talking about and analyzing this piece of history. Historians believe that the cause of the Hippogriff's fall from power was primarily its ruling class's corruption and incompetence, as well as the rise of Ursus and the forces of production that it represents. This war is often referred to as Ursus's Uprising, representing the ancients standing up against the Elders' authority. From this point onward, the legitimacy of the Elders' rulership across Terra gradually waned. Yet, if we look back on this war from a different perspective, we'll find a set of questions that naturally follow. Suppose it was another Ursus race that had been ruling the country instead of the Hippogriffs. Would the revolution still have taken place? If, as the rulers, the Hippogriffs had not insisted on a policy of racial discrimination, if they stopped taking Ursus wealth as their own and gave the Ursus equal opportunity, would the Hippogriff Empire's downfall have been averted, or would it have come sooner? What if the Kagan's cavalry never set foot on these lands? Hello, are you here to listen in on Miss Koshelna's lecture.
Miss Koshelna?
That's right, her lectures on Imperial history are very popular. I've been noticing young men and women such as yourself listening in from the hallway. You aren't one of our students, are you? You don't look like a college student. You can actually go inside if you'd like. She's not going to mind if you stand in the back of the classroom. You'll be able to hear her more clearly.
No need. Her voice is pretty clear as is.
Okay then, this lecture is almost over anyway. I still have other lectures to attend, so please excuse me.
By all means, please.
You may not be able to find the answers to these questions in any textbooks, but I hope you will give them some thought. Let them occupy your brain as you eat, as you bathe, and even as you sleep. And when an idea has lingered in your brain long enough, write it down. I'm very interested in your opinions. Okay, let's wrap it up here. Enjoy your brief freedom until the next bell. Do you have any questions, miss?
Found you. Why did she go into the city?
To look for someone.
And why is that someone worth the risk? 9, you said it yourself. We can't get anywhere close to the nomadic cities while we're in Ursus.
We want to pass judgment on her, don't we? Before she talks, she needs an answer still. Without this answer, she won't even believe half a word she says herself, and neither will we.
We shouldn't be believing her to begin with. She went into the city herself. What if she makes a run for it? All the efforts and sacrifices that went into rescuing her, and all our plans about her going forward will all go to waste!
They won't. She knows very well that she has nowhere to go. Besides, as long as you still trust me, I can guarantee you this. No matter where she goes, I will take her in again.
I trust you, but that's based on everything you've done for us in the past year. You're not like her. You don't talk big. This is something that all of us like about you. It's a good thing, and you should make sure you don't start picking up that habit.
Are you worried I'll be influenced by her? I don't think that'll happen so easily.
9, a patrol unit is approaching.
Stay hidden. Just as we predicted, in half an hour, this route won't be so safe anymore. She'd better come back in time. I thought I would have seen you much sooner. Tallulah.
Koshelna couldn't have picked a more obvious name, could you, Cache?
Ah, names. Names are just a way to refer to people. If the sound of this name reminds you of a certain unpleasant memories, you can call me Fiolette.
Never mind. Your name is of little importance to me. Just like your appearance, your name is not worth remembering.
Why have you come then, Tallulah? Because you want a definite answer from me? Because you want me to tell you that yes, Cache has left your body, and you're just Tallulah and no one else? In that case, you will get what you want. I can tell you exactly what you want to hear, right now. The question then is, are you willing to believe me?
You want me to believe a black snake?
Is this a new trick you're playing, Cache? You gave me more than enough information to find you in the shortest amount of time. I can only assume that you were luring me here. Have you gone back to our home, then? Our home, both yours and mine?
That's not my home. It's nothing more than ground zero of a conspiracy. A nest beloved of venomous snakes.
That's an awfully hurtful way to describe it. But you read my letter nonetheless, didn't you? You remembered the channels through which Duke Cache received the Scales correspondence. Not even the secret police who took over the dukedom could figure it out. A letter sent 10 years ago, and its sender is tenured here at this college.
I don't know if I should be gasping in admiration of how well prepared you are, or if I should be grateful that this channel stayed hidden for 10 years while your scales have long been reduced to nothing.
Does it make you happy that the territory has fallen into such neglect? Tallulah, under your rule, they could have lived a much better life. They shouldn't have been torn to shreds by the Fourth Army.
Stop pretending you care about them more than I do. Tell me, what is there in this small northern town for you to willingly stay here? Cache, if I remember correctly, you preferred cities further south. Not only because the air there is more humid, but also because lands where you cultivated generations of authority are more suitable for your scheming. But not the tundra. The folk here live a hard life. They have plenty to worry about sorting out issues with their food and harvest. To them, the speeches you pride yourself on are like the artificial flower you wear. No purpose beyond aesthetics.
Tallulah. What if I told you I'm here because your footsteps can be found in the tundra?
I'd say you're feeding me nonsense.
The history of humanity is a history of struggle. You remember, don't you? You applied everything that I taught you through the years to your struggle. If you remember all of that, then shouldn't Tallulah, the fighter of the tundra, and Tallulah, the woman who succeeded the title of Duke, be one and the same to me?
Yet you destroyed everything that I built in the tundra.
Did I? Who do you truly blame for the series of fatal mistakes in your heart? If you actually thought yourself innocent, you wouldn't have needed 1.5 years to ponder how you should die. The very moment your head turns, you will throw yourself into the next struggle. Tallulah, I know why you came to me. You want to use your judgment on me to judge yourself. You want to hear me repent so that you can start repenting yourself. What you want is a tiny, pitiable bit of mental comfort.
Go on.
You want me to go on? I thought...
You thought I would let you witness my fury? No, Cache. You don't deserve it. I've rehearsed everything you've said up to this very moment in my head, down to the very last word. 1.5 years isn't that short, and I've had nothing to do while I was imprisoned at Rhodes Island. If you want to survive this meeting, you'll need to say something more original. Very well. I can tell you've gotten more patient thanks to that period of self-imprisonment. But I brought up the tundra not because I wanted to provoke you. Take a look at this school. Look at the students' faces. They believe that the sunlight of May will melt this tundra's snow. They also believe that Ursus, colder and harder than even the tundra, will change beneath their feet. So you're sullying their innocence with your despicable ideas? You think I'm trying to find the next successor among them? No, my dear. I'm just a normal university lecturer. The only things I impart here are knowledge and ideas. I hold no authority or wealth. If they want authority, they can fight for it themselves. If they seek a conspiracy, they are free to find the most suitable techniques in my lessons. You want me to believe that the failure you experienced through me devastated you so much that you washed your hands of it all? Failure? I never thought of that as failure. Reunion was not destroyed in the Chernobog core city, and neither was Cache's plan. Right. You managed to stop Cache. The war he sought. The war that could have changed Ursus' history in an instant never came to be. But Ursus still went on the trajectory that Cache had set for her. War is happening. The conflict between the Council and the army intensified, and the will of the people is sparking new flames through each and every conflict. And I will stand atop the most fertile soil, sowing seeds to the best of my abilities. I will guide, or perhaps I should say spur, these revolutions to take root. I remember you once refuted the education of the masses as meaningless. If a ruler is so inflexible that she does not adapt to the changing tides, then she is undoubtedly following a path of destruction. You still see yourself as a ruler. I see. You actually haven't changed at all.
I almost forgot you hated that word as much as you hated Cache's control. I told you long ago I didn't care who was in charge. How many times has power changed hands since the Ursus took these lands from the Hippogriffs? Tallulah, you are me, and I am you. What we want is an Ursus that can yet spark fires from our hands. These fires will sooner or later engulf all of Ursus. No, not just Ursus. Victoria, and all the other countries will be caught in the flames too. When the fire is over, will these lands become more prosperous? Or will they be dealt destruction? Ursus has walked its first millennium. I will guide it down its second and third. This is the meaning behind the Black Snake's existence. The Black Snake is immortal, not because I want to live, but because Ursus must live. The Aslan heir has returned to Londinium. It seems that way. The Sarkaz gave us this information in exchange for the Sarkaz messenger we returned to them. In exchange? They're merely using us to escalate the scuffle among the dukes. It couldn't be more obvious, but we can also tell from their methods that the situation in Londinium has changed, and the Sarkaz are anxious. Did the Sarkaz say anything else? Nothing useful. Ever since our spy's cover was blown, we haven't gotten much news from Londinium. Unfortunate. Right, it's unfortunate. Fortunately, our losses are still manageable. Right, there's another piece of news that might be important. We caught wind of this from a Colombian arms dealer we worked with. About a month ago, that organization called Reunion recovered their previous leader. You mean... Tallulah. If all the information we've received thus far is correct, she could very well be a Draco. You having a laugh? No fun in here now. Why would I do that? Give me a slap. I'm sorry? Smack me right now, otherwise I might think I'm dreaming. There's a wall over there. Knock yourself out. Try not to ram it so hard you knock it down, though. Otherwise, you'll have some explaining to do to the county's mounted police. I'm not sure what to say. Are you really so shocked? You were the one who's been going, leaders gotta be alive, day in and day out. But I thought I could... You thought she'd be waiting for you to rescue her somewhere. Uh-huh. But it's more of a surprise, knowing she made it out. Thanks, Chen Chen. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have met Rhodes Island. If I hadn't joined Rhodes Island, they wouldn't have helped me get her out. I'm so happy. No hugging. But I'm so glad. At the very least, a little less of a squeeze. Ugh. Wait, Chen Chen, does that mean you're gonna leave then? You promised to help me rescue her, but she doesn't need me to rescue her anymore. Times like these, you think pretty fast, don't you? To tell you the truth, I've thought about it. Ever since I found out she'd escaped, I've been thinking of looking for her. Actually, I can kinda tell. Chen Huishe never gives up halfway. We've come so far, and finally found ourselves some clues. Bagpipe, I'll get to the bottom of this with you. Until the day the Spectre Force is exposed for all to see again. Only then will I do what I should have done long ago. I will find Tallulah. Think, Tallulah. Think with all the techniques that you learned from Cache, whether everything I say comes from the bottom of my heart. No need. Will you kill me here, then? You had to avoid the Royal Guard's watchful eyes, so you don't have a sword. And so you must kill me with your flames. Will you commit such a horrifying crime in front of all my students, who have nothing but admiration for me? If I wanted to kill you, I wouldn't pick a method that would startle anyone. Don't forget, you taught me all of this. Will killing me satisfy you? If that doesn't give you the satisfaction you need, I could give you a second, if not third name. You're telling me that, aside from you, there is more than one black snake within Ursus's borders. You could also think that I'm trying to deceive you to live longer. Your new body is fragile. It wouldn't take any more work to kill you than it took to kill that old Phidia. What are you waiting for then? Quick, turn my body to ash and scatter it all across this dark hallway. Terrifying infected murderer reemerges in college campus. That's the headline that will don the front pages tomorrow. You wouldn't mind having that on your reputation. I should point out that I'm not afraid of the patrol unit who will be here in 3 minutes either. But your new old friends who are waiting outside the city, they don't stand a chance against the Royal Guards. Even if they begrudgingly allowed you to return to Ursus because of those in control, they wouldn't tolerate murdering anyone on Ursus land. Cachet. If the Royal Guards found out that the immortal monster, the mastermind behind the Chernobog incident, was right here, do you think they would try to take me in, or turn their attention and blades to you? So, why haven't you killed me yet? It's almost time. She's not back yet. 9, you're mistaken about her, aren't you? If she doesn't show up when it's time, all of you will evacuate as planned. And you? She's wearing my handcuffs, and that makes her my prisoner. I will take her in myself. Sounds like I saved you the trouble then. Tallulah. You're back. Not a minute late, either. Is your business done? More or less. So? You want to know what I got out of her? I was going to spare your ears my long-winded grumblings. Good. You seem to have lightened up. Even found yourself a sense of humor. So, what about the evil god? Did you slay him? She said that's not who she is anymore. And you bought it? No, but I also am not the old Tallulah who would think that killing her would solve all of our problems. I won't let her out of my sight, and when the time comes, I will kill her myself. But I have a weird feeling about this. A weird feeling? An immortal evil god will die eventually, but I won't be the one to kill her. Ursus will kill her. Even now, she thinks she can bend human will. We will prove to her, though. One day, people will awaken and abandon the ignorant conqueror. And on that day, there will be no more black snakes in Ursus. What about now, then? Now, before we came back here for the last time, we need to visit Victoria. So you've decided to come with us? I'm your prisoner. I have nowhere to go except with you. Besides, you said it yourself. The infected there are waiting for us. Great. Great! Oh. Great! Oh. I just have Fang's, Fang Alt's baseline in my head right now. I'm back. Oh great, everyone's here. I don't want everybody to be in the same place at once. Literally everybody. Oh. Imagine having these 2 readings on top of 17 after all in one stream. Heck no! We're not doing that. Ha! Everything's fine, situation normal? No! Absolutely not! One big family. I can't. It's fine, Tallulah's in a different place for now. She literally just said they're going to Victoria! Ngetsu says me when Cache says, oh, by the way, there's multiple of me just chilling, just like what Magenta Trigodio said. Anyway. Oh. I'm gonna keep the cat on retainer. I see no problems here. Are you sure? Nicely done with the voices. Thank you, Arknight. It's really difficult when I have to try to remember. I didn't know if I was gonna remember Bagpipe. I saw Bagpipe and I'm like, oh, let's go. Oh. Immediately having to try to remember Scottish again. Oh. Gosh, alright. Ageless on ageless violence commences. All of Star's fan favorite characters are gathering. I hate it all. You did fine, you remembered fast. Thank you. I was really trying. I was like, I know this is super unique, I just need to jump in it. Because you know how sometimes, like, I'm sure you guys can tell, I'm sure that this is not a secret, that when I'm first starting a reading, I haven't quite, like, gotten into where I need to be, and then, like, 5 minutes later, I have more of it consistent. So I was just like, I am not gonna be able to do bagpipes. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. It also really gets hard as more and more characters come in and you have to like try to differentiate them as best you can. Because I know that a lot of you guys listen to me like a radio. I know that there's quite a few of you who are not like watching the screen, you're listening to radio. So I try to change it as best I can so that we know who's talking. Alright. Bagpipe thinking Horn was just a princess locked up in a castle and Bagpipe would be the rescuer and bring her back, carry her like a bag of potatoes. Oh my gosh. That's a funny drawing idea. Too many. W versus Cal, and following that, Tal versus Leader, and finally, everyone fighting Dr. Star! Sounds like a match made for the TV! Don't miss it. Great! Oh. Question, what is the one thing / person you are most concerned about? I mean, clearly everything with Teresa's. I want to make sure Amiya's okay. That's my main priority. Gosh. Lilith, please. Protect the bunny. I'm trying. It's kind of funny that you're saying like princess in a castle because I can see this so much in my head, right? Because like you've got the dragon, you've got the princess, and then you've got the knight. And it works really well visually for a really stupid style. I'm gonna write that down eventually. The danger radar is ticking harder and harder the closer we get to the shard. I am not looking forward to seeing what the heck that is. It's just, yeah, ugh. It's so weird because there's a part of me that kind of thinks that visually that things are going to... I don't know, obviously, I don't know, so I'm just throwing out a theory. I feel like visually things are going to... Because there's a lot of attitudes of things sort of going back to how we started. I feel like visually it's going to look a lot like how Chernobog did. That's my current running theory. I feel like it's gonna look a lot like Chernobog. Anyway. Except worse, war between two countries. I'm not talking about the war part, I'm talking about the, I'm talking about the storm part. I feel like the storm is what's gonna end up looking like Chernobog. Alright. Bookwork! Public notice. Alright, this is not Heidi anymore. Now we just have clippings. Alright. Public notice. In recent days, with security conflicts escalating, violent gangs in Sudian Borough have activated city defense artillery and caused grave damage to several districts. This is the first time Londinium's defensive artillery has fired within its own walls. The hour of sustained bombardment caused several plates to collapse, and major casualties were witnessed on scene. Since October of last year, violent gangs who deserve no fame have persistently antagonized Parliament's new safety bill, disturbed Defense Force patrol enforcement, caused conflicts on multiple occasions, and posed a grave menace to the stability of society. In only 3 months, over 200 counts of public violence have been recorded in Sudian Borough, placing it as the district of most concern with regard to law and order. As a vital light industry region to Londinium, the array of manufacturing in Sudian Borough constitutes over 90% of Londinium's total light industry output. Following this bombardment incident, a great number of factories in Sudian Borough have suffered damages, and forecasts indicate a return to normal production order is highly unlikely in the short term, with severe impact on associated downstream industries. Spokesmen for the Londinium Casdale Association of Economic and Cultural Exchange have sternly condemned the conduct of these violent gangs, and in following indicate that Casdale parties will aid in Sudian Borough reconstruction work, so as to progressively return citizens' manufacturing lifestyles to normal order. I think there's a few missing details. Oh, jeez. Londinium Casdale Association of Economic and Cultural Exchange. Okay. Great. Had a bunch of Victorian on that agendas list. As if that's a proper thing. Oh my god. It's such like a... Ugh. God. Alright then. Oh, great. That was def- Oh, like, I can't read that. Oh boy. Alright. Next one here. Sudden fire interrupted the Victoria Theatre Festival award ceremony. Yesterday, an awards ceremony for Victorian theatre held in the Octarig borough of Londinium was temporarily halted due to a fire alarm. At around 8 o'clock, the fire alarm was sounded without warning. The awards committee immediately activated risk management plans, suspending the ceremony and evacuating staff present.
After confirming the fire alert did not pose a threat to the venue, the ceremony was quickly resumed with order restored. Numerous nobles and celebrities, including the Duke of Casta, attended the ceremony. After it was resumed, Arnold was awarded Best Actor in a Leading Role, his third time enjoying the honor. Despite no casualties among personnel nor any property damage, the awards committee still received numerous complaints. The complainants criticizing the unnecessary fright the false fire alarm put them through. Reports indicate that the fire, in fact, broke out at the factory site next door, caused by an improved incendiary weapon thrown in a fight between local street thugs, of which one suffered second-degree burns, and several makeshift houses were destroyed. Eyewitnesses state that Hannah Indra Jackson and her followers were likely involved in the fight. Police are currently conducting a follow-up investigation due to the gang member's injury of Baron Grant. Okay then.
Don't know who Baron Grant is. So, is this in the past? Or is this currently talking about everything that we went through with Indra and her gang, quote unquote? Because I feel like it could go either way. I can hear Venus sigh. Does she have a bounty on her head? Can we turn her in for some LMT? Sayam Zero, please. Remember, Star, whenever something bad happens, you shout Indra. No! We don't throw our operators under the bus like that! They call it Indra's gang, not Siege's gang, so either they don't know or this is before Siege took over way back. See, that's why I was confused, cause I'm hearing, like, you know, injury of a Baron, and I'm like, well, that didn't happen, and Siege took over later, so this has to be an incident in the past. Nearly broke from operators. Don't worry, I'm going to be too. Everyone thinks that I just hoard and hoard and hoard like a Draco, but the thing is, like, I end up trying to build for story reasons, so I hoard a bunch, and then I have to do a ton at once. That's the thing. She'll break out just fine. I'm sure she'll be fine with it if she gets a cut of the LMT. Oh my gosh. Be like, Indra, we're short of materials. Here's the plan. Oh. We'll treat her to like a nice dinner afterwards. Anything you want on the menu. Alright. Alright, last one here. Telegraph, okay. We're just slightly jelly what we don't have, so we poke and poke, hoping we might somehow get more LMD resources ourselves. Cal is going to kill us for this plan. The irony is that it's for Cal! Be like, I am trying to help you, please don't be mad. Oh. Closure approved though. Oh. I can just picture it. I just picture like closure with like behind a window pane 2 thumbs up. Oh god. Alright. Telegraph. At the behest of Her Highness Teresa and His Highness Teresus, the Military Commission of Casdale today carried out necessary attacks on the rebels in Londinium, and the last plate occupied by the rebels has been cleansed.
As of now, the entire city of Londinium has been awed into submission, and all obstacles to His Highness's plans have been removed. The city's industrial assembly lines will work day and night in casting a victory for the Sarkas. Londinium continues to extend an invitation to you, my fellow Sarkas who wander the land. After the war, the Sarkas will have a home to return to. Military Commission of Kazdel. Well, that one's much shorter. Necessary attacks. Lovely. Mission to you, as fellow Sarkas who wandered the land. Great. Lovely. Okay. Lots of propaganda! Fantastic. Alright. Got... Okay. We love our sarcasm propaganda. Since it's a telegraph, it sounds more like they're trying to invite Sarkaz warbands / merc camps to buff up after what good old Rhode Island did to them. Honestly, yeah, fair. Fair. Okay. Alright. We've just about officially wrapped up Chapter 10. Let's go into the trailers and PVs. See if I can do this correctly. We need to turn this off. You prefer Sargas propaganda to any other propaganda you've encountered already? I think it's worse. Alright, let's see here. Okay. There we go. Shatterpoint official trailer. Okay. Entered Londinium by invitation. Okay. $10,000 years. Hello, Heidi. Oh, hi, Chestnut. Hey, Lon. Hello, Rock Rock. Hello, Horn! Very fitting! Jeez, I actually think that they did a very good job with the trailer there. Alright then. I remember the tiger. Man, that was a while ago. Alright then. Hello,
Hello, Suzerain. Okay, then. Interesting. They do a pretty good job of not throwing everything there. I see why we need to watch it afterwards, but I think they do a pretty good job of still hiding the major points. Oh. Little tiger's very cute, yes. Alright. Let's see. Okay, and then we have the... This is interesting. 2 different versions or something. Okay. Shatterpoint PV.
戦いは終わりません。生きるために何度踏みにじられようと、ただ居場所を守るために懸命に伸ばし続ける手の先に明日はあるのでしょうか。アークナイツ交換残色ドクター、行きましょう。
Okay then. Man, I really, really, really wish that they could do full anime for this. Oh my gosh, the anime style trailers are genuinely amazing. I really, really, really wish that we could, like, have the entire thing. Genuinely can't wait for the Arknights anime to get to Act 2. Is that a thing that could happen? So much work and passion for such short trailers. Honestly, yeah. It's really amazing. Why not? I don't know. I don't know, like, how the budget for it looks. Because it took you guys a long time to get the 3rd season, right? So, like, I don't know. Someday, hopefully. That'll be very, very nice if so. Don't close your eyes on W Star. She's done good by you. This time at least. So what if you're on her list as number 2? It just means she cares more. Ah! Oh. I want to note the animated trailers are done by YoStar. That is insane. That is, oh man. The animated trailers are amazingly done. They aren't released by HG themselves. So it could be like, it's hard to know, like, you'd have to keep maintaining the relationship, right? Alright then. And then we have another that's apparently called Horn's version. Okay.
そびえ立つ壁、我らの誇りであった不落の城壁は牢獄となり果てた。でも栄誉が地に落ちようと矜持は折れない。ここに同胞がいる限り私たちは絶対に膝を折らないわ。アークナイツ第10章交換残色ビクトリア。
It's really cool they did that. Having the different perspective voices. That's very cool. Okay. I think that is, if I have that correct. Shatterpoint, Horn version. Okay. You gotta admit, Teresa's pink hair is very trendy. Oh, heck! No! No! Alright. Let's see. So next we have... Alright, next we have Horn's record. Okay. Which I can actually do on this account because we've had Horn in this squad for so long. Oh. Alrighty. Let's get back here. Get back here. It's not easy to get the sound back, but I'm trying to make it as seamless as I can. Alright. Let's go to our squads here. We can actually do this ourselves. Oh my gosh. 97%. Wait, wasn't it? Oh, okay. Alright. Janu terminated? No, we still need Janu. Trust me, we still need Janu. Alright. It's solo. Alright, we get to unlock this ourselves here. Okay. Oh, it's a little horn. Okay. Even if she is the last man standing on the battlefield, even if there is no end in sight to this war, even if all she can do is try her best to stand. Alright. The first page of a memorandum. Triangle, snare, bass, mandolin, cello, oboe. I won't forget. March 20th. Skirmished with Dublin again, and made off with some resources for survival, including a notebook and this pen. I can finally straighten out my thoughts to a degree. Mandragora hasn't been fighting at full force. We couldn't have recovered the wounded Londinias otherwise. I'm surprised that lunatic knows self-restraint, or maybe even she realizes Dublin's just a lone current in Londinium's vortex. I still can't make out the full picture of that vortex, which scares me even. Is that really what Captain Mandragora said? Aye, those were her orders. So she's off cavorting about with some nobles too. I didn't want those stuck-up lords bossing me about. That's why I went with her in the first place, you know? And warning us to speak no ill of the Sarkaz. We're collaborating with those devils. Is she having a laugh? You'd have a pillar straight through you if the captain was here. Just mind a little what you say. She's got her plans. All these plans are the leaders, in which case I say you zip it even tighter. Over here, Vicky. Captain says we're to take your cuffs off. You can go get a breath of fresh air. What is this, a trick? Are you planning to aim at me once my back is turned? Use me for crossbow practice and laugh while I run? You can try then. The outcome will disappoint you, or you'll be dead before then. There's that stiff upper lip. You're just as hoity-toity as any, Vicky. But you're not all wrong, I suppose. If you think you can escape, you'll have to see if you can outrun a bolt first. I'll tell you that. Enough, Victorian. It was Captain Mandragora's decision to allow you a little free time for once before we enter Londinium. You'd best be grateful. See your city's wall there? Looks as tall and mighty and indestructible as ever from here, doesn't it? Drink in the sight and hold on to it. It's a magnificent illusion, I'll give you that. And once we're in the city, you'll miss being so mistaken. Do you know what happened in Londinium? You'll see for yourself in a few days. Not that Londinium's state has much to do with your likes, seeing as you'll drop dead before long. Excuse me, do you know how far it is to the nearest settlement from here?
Settlement? You're on the run out? So's everyone else, don't be daft. Settlements nearby could never take you in. Shut! We're an army from far off, madam. We're not familiar with this place.
My apologies. Hold on, please. You came fleeing from Londinium? What's the situation like in there now? Didn't you know? The Sarkaz have made their move. Londinium is putty in their hands as we speak. Then what about... No one knows where the defense force has gone. We hear they collapsed from the inside. that a soul stepped out to defend the civilians of Victoria.
How did she know what I'd ask? And what changed? Why is this Dublin fighter being so polite with the Victorian here?
But I can't say I know what's gone on in every part of Londinium. It's a massive place, and I've been out of the city for a good moment now, just wandering about everywhere.
How about Londinium's perimeter, then? Would you be familiar with how much noble power is concentrated about it?
There's not something small city folk like me ought to know. I don't even know if the White Wolf counts anywhere around, grand as he is. Years and years I've held him in high regard, ever since he saved my parents' lives once upon a time.
Sorry, I'm familiar with who you speak of, but it's been extraordinarily long since I heard his title. She recognizes me.
My guess is he'd be collaborating with some noble now, readying his forces for this whole quarrel.
I'd wager the White Wolf doesn't plan to work with other nobility. He cares more so about his homeland, and less who the throne belongs to.
I understand.
Excuse me, but that's enough of the info inquiry. We're still an army with discipline, not like the straggling forces you saw in Londinium, I'm afraid, madam. You'd best be on your way while the sun's up.
I'm sorry. I'll be leaving now. Oh, you'll all be entering Londinium soon, won't you? We can at least shake hands, soldier. This is my own personal hope. I hope, once you're back, you'll have the chance to drop in on my family. They decided to stay when I fled. I don't know if we'll ever see each other again. Our family lives on the wharf. You'll recognize my daughter once you see her.
All right, I'll do all I can. If I'm not mistaken, she should be a messenger of Count Morning's.
Soldier, you ought to know why it is I paid you a visit, don't you? What a pity you are, still hoping your noble standing will give you some kind of sway. Trying to influence others' decisions with your own personal statements. Have you seen yourself in the mirror lately? You don't know the fate of your own sacrifices. You fought your battle and lost in every way. You killed every last one of your own underlings. You should be defanged clean by now, but here you are still howling through empty gums.
Given you're so annoyed that you're still spitting venom at me like a day hasn't passed, the noble you went begging to must have seen through your lies.
No, I'd never disappoint the leader, but I'll disappoint you, though. There's nothing your clever little voice box can change. They don't care if it's the truth or not that you work with Dublin. As long as you're still alive, it's Dublin they'll bet on. You're daydreaming. Wake up! The vast majority are nothing like you, killing yourself in the name of Victoria. They'll try every trick in the book to save their own souls, and that's where it ends.
Don't worry, little feline. I'll at least see your life go out before I die for Victoria.
You just love to front oh so hard, pretending you're still not done with yet. Believe me as little as you want then. I know reality'll dawn on you soon enough.
March 27th. I wasn't in time to ask that soldier's name. Dublin's Originium arts had him pinned in the ruins. There's nothing I could do. I've continued to amass intel on Londinium, and I have a general idea of where most of the Defense Force's soldiers went at this point. Serving the Sarkaz was the choice of most, and I've managed to convince myself that it wasn't beyond expectations. We also learned of the address of a detention center from him, one that's holding some of ours. But I don't know if they'll still want to fight, or even if they still can. I've seen too many people tried and tortured, and the wrecked state of their bodies after. Why couldn't I have found them just a little earlier? Maybe that soldier would have wanted to tell me as much, but couldn't get the words out. I'm left unable to even record his name, nor can I deliver his loved ones a last word from him. I couldn't have found him just a little earlier. How do we lay such hatred low? What number strong would a force have to be to kill that Dublin lunatic? She has to die. Even if I have no sword and no mantlet. Even if I may be outdone by her, I have to take vengeance on her. I'm losing a grip on my own thoughts. Stop writing. This is no calm decision-making. Hey, do we still have to keep our eyes on that Victorian loony? Just give her a glance on the regular. Captain said we have to ensure she stays alive. 19, 20, 21... And again, triangle, keep training. I'm starting the count over. Listen to that. She's mumbling to herself again. She was there sometimes before, but now she doesn't hear a single word we say. Just talks to the dead every day. Enough, enough. Go have your break. I'm on shift now. Hey, soldier. For now, we'll suppose the enemy's formation includes shield guards and casters. And the bombardiers are positioned here. Hey! Captain gives you good food and drink. Doesn't grill you or torture you one bit. And that's what it takes for you to go unhinged? Crushed by life just because a few friends of yours died? Would you like to know how much us Terrans have lost? It's beyond anyone how dross like you made it as a Victorian army lieutenant. That was your title, right? Don't rush. Stand behind my shield. You're not withstanding an explosion, no matter how good your constitution is. Never mind. Still not reacting at all. Carry on chatting with your imaginary friends. Right. There's no chance you remember by now. You once said you've never failed on an assignment before, and your shield would protect every last man. What? Was it too humiliating that we did this to you? Just forcing yourself to forget it all now? Yeah. I suppose the captain gave us a bit of fun leaving you here. What the hell is she up to now? Where is she? She tore the vent cover off the ceiling. You really think that'll let you escape? Trying to go through the ducts. Get back out here, Vicky! You only opened the door to catch me because you truly thought I'd gone mad. Thank you for letting your guard down. Why, you... Where'd you get that blade from? Someone very kind-hearted hoped I'd check in on their family after reaching Londinium, and gave me this little folding knife on the side. It's no weapon, but it's enough to prise off a vent grill. By the way, the air vents here are nowhere near enough to let someone crawl out, or else I'd be gone long ago. Lend me your comms terminal there. Looks to me like you really are off the deep end. You're just going to trot on out of our base's deepest parts? With nothing but a knife? Stay put! You're going to jump out the window, aren't you? Like I'll let you.
Did the Regent finally agree to meet me?
Yes, they all have surely witnessed Dublin's might now. Even if both we and they are well aware, Dublin and the Sarkaz Royal Court cannot truly ally.
Obviously, the leaders had this planned well in advance. What's that noise? Is there a raid? But the Sarkaz wouldn't... I mean, their lord agreed to treat Dublin like guests. Wait, is it the Victorian army out of their depth again? No, they've got barely any left alive. Why would they provoke us by themselves? And Londinium's top people might never even witness Dublin's fires before.
Beautiful arts. May you sleep peacefully within your own blast. I heard everything you said. From the very first joke you made about them, I was intent on making sure you'd never open your mouth again. But you're right. I might not be completely sane at this point. Nor do I know if reopening my scars again and again is clearing my mind at all, or if it's plunging me even deeper. What's going on? The whole floor! There was an explosion inside the building! Send a team in to rescue. I'll report to the captain. Surrounding patrols have been drawn to the explosion site, all as projected. Now, this is an assignment, with only one person taking part. The plan of action. Escape from here. Backup plan, put my life on the line against Dublin. An assignment I won't fail no matter what. Now there's a reassuring thing. 2nd Templar Platoon Leader Horn, commencing! Captain Mandragora, reporting in! Has been an explosion at the old tobacco factory. Apparent cause was dust buildup in the ventilation.
What's to panic about? Is that beyond your lot to handle? I thought you'd seen plenty of explosions at this point.
No, Captain. You probably remember, but that Victorian soldier was being held there too.
She died?
The soldiers we sent to rescue at the scene found she'd seemingly escaped.
Useless. Bloody useless idiots! And you told me she went mad? I knew she was faking it! She'd never be broken so easily! I just knew it! Sarkaz wouldn't treat us as an enemy. Londinium's army wouldn't have known to mind us yet. It has to be her! She's the only one who'd pull an attack on us! Where'd she think she can run to, though?
Third squad, blockade around the warehouse. Call Walter. Wasn't he the one on guard today? 7th squad, send 2 people to search for Walter at the explosion site. She can't have gone beyond this block in this short a time.
Completely right. With a blockade and sweep like this, I've got nowhere to flee.
Who's there? No, there's no one else here. Those footsteps are from the other side of the wall. A few Dublin fighters who haven't seen me yet. But someone's been watching this place the whole time. She left tracks. Most likely she went towards the food processing plant. Don't let her hide in there. Shut all the doors.
That's untimely.
Walter's dead. And his comms terminal. It's been taken too. Deactivate all clearance for the guards team's comms.
Terminal's gone silent.
They're on full alert. Over there! Someone's climbed up! The searchlights! We'll come for her from the roof. Set up crossbows around the sides.
Hold on. The factory doors open.
Reporting in. Situation normal on this end. The entrance. The bloody entrance. Didn't we just shut... Oh!
Seems it wasn't negligence on Dublin's part. Someone else opened this door.
The soldier dodges behind a wall, vigilantly scanning all around her. The damp factory air is silent as a throat gripped shut. Not a hint of movement to be felt. Like someone has cut the wind away altogether. This isn't her first time sensing that peculiar gaze. In that claustrophobically cramped room, her nerves on high alert had picked something up too. You there, watching me. Who are you? No voice replies. Only the scent of Originium arts that flit past the entrance just now convinces her someone else is here. No, they're watching the entirety of Dublin. Is it a Sarkaz? The will of the occupant upon the throne, surveying the bedlam of Londinium. The entrance is open. I found her! She's in there! One squad of soldiers coming down from upstairs. The door to the safe passage is about to be broken through. At least 3 crossbows are aimed at the platform outside this window. But there's countless tubes and containers here. I can bide my time and hide for a while. I have more patience than these Dublin soldiers. And Dublin's been allowing this factory to operate normally so they can restock their fighters' daily supplies. Which means this factory should have an exit that gets used at fixed times, leading to a logistics transport way in the sublayer. I can look for an opportunity to open it. As she puts together her escape plan, she catches the sound of the gateway slowly creaking open, coming from below. I thank you, unshowing stranger.
The soldier's hidden right in here. Where are you? Where do you think you're running? Your army's gone from existence, toy soldier! You won't make it even one step out of this bloody Sudian place. You show your head in any controlled district, and those devils will make art skewers out of you of their blades. Come out. I've got your best interests at heart. You go out there, and you'll see just how much more bloody miserable it ends for the Victorian soldiers who don't listen. It gets worse than what happened to your little squad of friends, you bloody believe me.
You... Creeping along the shadows toward the transport way, Horn suddenly stops in her tracks. Dublin's caster stands with her back to Horn, right there under the corridor lights. In her hand, Horn clutches a rapier stolen from the side of a Dublin soldier. If the feline activates her own arts in time, then the instant Horn thrusts, her fragile sword will shatter against rock. But if the caster doesn't react in time... As Horn is gripping her sword, Mandragora turns and faces in her direction. March 28th. I had the same dream again. I was running through the drainage layer, echoes chasing my footsteps in the dark. I dreamt again and again of the murdered soldiers, so many of whom were tortured beyond recognition. It's near impossible for me to relay to those who loved them the circumstances in which they left this mortal coil. But the more frightening thing is, inside my head, bit by bit, their faces are blurring. It's at these times that I'm glad for this memorandum. I can look back page by page, read their names and copy them again letter by letter. I've dreamt of taking my revenge too, but every time I charge at Dublin, or the Sarkaz crowd, I wake up with a start, like now. I often can't help but wonder, if I'd run Dublin's caster through that day, how things would have turned out. Whether I would feel freed, no matter what the case may be. But for my sanity, I have to stop such thoughts then and there. Closing my eyes to rest has become a form of duty, and so has living. Faced with Londinium in this state, and even Victoria as a whole, I have no idea what else I can do aside from fight what battles lay in front of me. But still, I have to hold on to hope, even if it takes all I have just to stand here. Lieutenant, you're awake. I am. I just came to. Good timing. It's almost time to relieve the god on duty. What is it? No, I just couldn't sleep, and I saw you had a candle lit here by chance. Sorry, did I interrupt you while you were note-taking? It's alright. It wasn't anything too important. Ah, that's a relief. Lieutenant, have I ever mentioned before? I used to live in Sudian, in a little alley behind a textiles factory. Our family had a habit of leaving a candle lit on the windowsill that faced out, since there was no light in the alley, and they wanted to let whoever got off work at night see as they went. Thanks to your candle, I felt for a moment like things weren't so gloomy after all. In previous times, I would have said reminiscence was no good thing. But now, I think there's only a clinging onto the state Victoria should be in, the lives that Londinia should have, that lets us fight on in this city's darker corners. Though it's a bit of an unrealistic ideal. It's not. We believe in you, Lieutenant. Victoria's servicemen won't fall so easily, and neither will Victoria's citizens. But we are worried for you too. What's to worry for? You might not be willing to tell us much, but we're all soldiers. Things have affected us in all sorts of similar ways, surely. I'll stand guard for you tonight. You need to get a little more rest.
Whoa. It was all just a dream. Recommendation, talk 1, talk after promotion 2, then idle, in that order. Okay. Oh. Jeez, Horn. Talk 1.
Has Bagpipe kept up her habit of humming around you? Me? I'm more the type to appreciate music in peace. The only thing a horn can play is the order to charge. I'm joking, of course, Doctor.
Right then.
Rhodes Island operator Misery managed to rescue me twice, and I'm sincerely grateful for it. I won't ask why I was the one he rescued. Those who live on are to carry forth the wishes of those who didn't make it. How do you sleep after having witnessed so much cruelty? If I could do the same as you, with a simple shut of my eyes, would I feel any better?
Jeez.
At the Sag Wolf. Best I can, anyway. Give Horn a hug from all of us, she needs it. This poor wolf. Oh my gosh. How Star sleeps after she throws Draconia cat at enemies. Oh. Jeez. Oh, okay. We have the EP too. Okay. All right. Do this correctly. All right. Glad I wasn't doing all of the weapons. Gosh.
Champions of Victoria once again.
Jeez. Okay, that's insane. That is absolutely insane. Okay. Gosh. Alright then. Jeez. Top 5 for you? I can see that. That is... also the art is beautifully done. Gosh. Alright. Let's see. Quirkus, okay. Quite the mood after Horn's story, eh? Yeah, no kidding, jeez. Oh my gosh, alright. If Dragodia's cat is coming along, 100% joining the Victorian army. Oh gosh. Alright, let's see here. We need to do a switcheroony. We need to do a quick switch. Let's see if we can do this real fast. Alright. Let's see here. This should work, hopefully. Okay. These work. Okay. Alright, and let me see here. Just trying to get the setup correctly here. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to, like, figure out the sound thing again. Alright. There we go. There we go. Okay. Low Quirkus. Alright. Wait, I was not expecting this design. Alright then. Very sorry. Here's a serval as apology, but it hurt. What are you apologizing for? Alright, what? Very sorry, here's a serval. Oh my gosh, okay. The messed up order? No, it's okay, it's okay. This is a good, this is really helpful, honestly, because we'll wrap it all up. We'll start 11 clean slate right at the start of next stream, and frankly, I feel like that's a better way to go. I don't really like starting chapters at the end of a stream, so I think that this is actually a good thing. Alright. Let's see here. Alright then. Very interesting design indeed. Okay. Shoot, there's no, first one, thank you. Alright. Final moments. The deceased lie in peace, but the living are not easily spared from the shadows of death. Okay. So we're taking a quick little detour, and then we're doing a little bit backwards, and then we'll be going forward after. Okay. You will follow in the footsteps of those who sacrifice themselves, for they will show you that narrow way to life. Charge forth and devour the enemy alive. You will not forget the faces of those who give their mortal time, for by them you will bolster your rattled courage. The upright of you need not fear. Take their treasure, furnish your rooms. For your Duke. For Victoria! Extract from a speech prior to one of Londinium's battles.
Well, after the horn theme. Winter of 1098. Oh, that's why the winter. Okay. Caledon City. Quercus! For the last time, under order of the Caledon Mounted Police, you need to take a proper breather. You're not allowed to take a step near the refugee camps for the next 24 hours. Officer Grani, are you sure about denying a doctor's aid in these times? Grani sought me out not long ago, hoping I could offer some simple medical help for refugees from Londinium. But things very quickly got out of hand for us. You haven't left the camp since the first day you came. You need proper rest now. But you know as well as I do, they're in urgent need of plenty more than just food, water, and clothing. Most of the doctors in the city have already been enlisted, and the Duke's not interested in sparing much attention on this. He only agreed to shelter the refugees in one place out of fear they'd cause needless commotion. Then what if you're pushed too far, too? Who do I ask for help, then? Who do I ask to be your doctor? Are you underestimating me, the druid doctor? I know my limits. I don't. So I'm going to make sure you get a good night's sleep, even if I have to lock you up. I'll be even less likely to sleep then. Who knows what could happen in 24 hours? This matter's closed for debate. This is no time for you to be playing the hero. You again. The annoyance that always shows up at times like this to laugh at me. It's not as if you change anything by being there every second of every minute. You can't save all of them. You know I don't listen to you. I've never considered myself a hero. I'm just doing all I can. Too many times I've been too late to felines laid deathly still on cardboard bedding. Too late to exterminate whether it really was just fatigue. And I can only force myself to watch on, helpless. Helpless, tearful young children, going against the crowds driven by fear, only to disappear into the end into the earth's embrace. All you can. Does that make it any more bearable for you? You can shut up now. And I won't exist if I don't talk. You still aren't ready to admit it, to admit how powerless you are. You're scared, scared of life vanishing in your hands. Exactly like then. It was different then. It was different! I don't have the time to bother with her. I've got more important things to do. Quercus? Grani, there's something outside the city I need you to help me with right now. You aren't getting me out of your face with excuses. I'll be right here, watching over you. I got hold of a shipment of urgent pharmaceuticals from Columbia. The mercenaries will be waiting for me outside Caledon early tomorrow. You're a mounted officer. The Snatch Squads won't suspect you once you're back in the city. You know how important these pharmaceuticals are. Fine, but you're not to leave. Dothan's officers won't turn a blind eye to a place as dangerous as a refugee camp. They show up at irregular intervals, sniffing out every army deserter hiding within. That, or those who seem like army deserters. Even if they're skin and bones. Even if you hate hearing it, I'll keep saying it. Is surviving really something worth celebrating to these people? Suffering, starvation, blades, hostility, envy. Every day, every hour, every second. Death's not such a scary thing in comparison, is it? The idea of those words coming from a doctor's mouth makes me want to vomit.
But you're the doctor. And I am a Victorian soldier. I renounced that identity forever ago. But you still remember. It doesn't matter. The power's gone out. The last night as quiet as this was. Oh, yes. It was when you first asked me the same things. What did I ask you? Unblessed lives. Unfearful deaths. You posed those same questions to me. In the darkness, I pick up on a familiar scent. Forest. Do you remember now? He's right here. Forest! Wake up! This was a meaningless battle. I lost every one of my comrades in arms. Captain! I can't go on. Stay strong. Now's not the time to hesitate or fear. You just have to get through these ruins, and we can make it out. Captain. Corporal Forrest! I order you to stand! I'll carry you. He's too gravely wounded. The way she speaks is always so out of place in time, the cold-blooded pest. Enough! I don't want to hear any more from you! He's my soldier, and I will bring him back! Bring him back? They're dead. They've been labeled heroes. The furnace is burning ever brighter. Still more children are waiting to be thrown in. If you're idle enough to flap at me, you would do better finding some way to tend to his wounds. I can constrict the bleeding, but it still won't be any use. I know you need him to make it back alive. You want to tear the veil away from the ones who started the fire and make them stare their own evils in the face. You want to dig back out this honor dressed like a poison apple by your raw hands, straight from the mouths of the children. Enough! Yes, that is my selfishness! But in the end, you'll return home alone, carrying all the festering blame. Nobody will listen to your story. Not the children back home. Legends of heroes are far more attractive than cruel reality. Not the men at the pub, because you haven't anything that could draw their attention. Not the ones who started the fire. All they'll do is fault you for scattering sparks over their beloved carpets. Enough! 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 I said shut up! Forrest. So you remember my brother's name? Seeing the man before me, I'm somewhat dazed. But not because he's pointing a saber at my throat, because he looks far too much like that child did. He's been hiding here the whole time, away from everyone. But he can't fool the Earth. I haven't told Granny, though. I'd know you anywhere. It was you who brought back my brother's death notification. But maybe you don't recognize us lot anymore. I was watching you for days in the camp after I saw you, you know, but you never even noticed me. So, you're a doctor now. I saw that feline burst into tears thanking you. I saw how the girl you saved was beaming ear to ear. I bet you're happy, aren't you? Bloody son of a bitch! Howling, wailing, bawling. The earth's sprawling roots are withered about this great land. These are all I hear.
and it chokes me.
You must love it, bathing in atonement. But my brother's dead! To hell with your clear conscience, you self-righteous!
What did you do? I did nothing, and I could do nothing.
Captain, just kill me. My leg's broken anyway. I don't want to come back to my mom at this state. And my little brother, he's always been so proud of me. And I hear, you know, soldiers who die in action earn better compensation money.
See? For him, surviving is hardly something worth celebrating. And death doesn't seem so frightening after all.
Captain, you must tell them, when you return, about me at my bravest! I can't ruin my brother's image of me after all.
And here we are now. He's become a model to you.
He doesn't want to die. He's just scared of surviving. Do it, Captain. I know, see, without my leg, I'm nothing but rubbish. So, may as well be this way.
Enough!
Don't say a word more!
Are you talking to me?
Wait, Captain! I don't want to die! I want to go home.
May life endure.
Bastard! What are you acting dumb for? Say something!
Your Forrest's younger brother, Michael. If I'm remembering right, you should be on the Londinium front lines in the Duke of Godothan's army, and not here. So...
That's right, I'm a deserter. You can turn me in now if you want.
It must be of your own accord that you came looking for me.
I would never have come to you if there were any other choice.
I'd prefer to believe that Forrest never died. That he's standing in front of me right now. But I could never fool myself.
You killed him.
I had no other choice.
He begged for your mercy.
He found a peaceful passing.
So you killed him!
Are you done?
No! Bastard! 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 If I was just able to kill you right here and now!
So what do you need of me? The captured deserters, including Michael's comrades-in-arms, are all locked up on the west face of Caledon. He wants me to rescue them. I want him to disguise himself as staff in my shop. A flower shop.
A flower shop? So while we were risking our lives on the front, this is what those shitheads were up to. Commemoration dinner.
A commemoration dinner.
Bastard! 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 And you just let it happen!
These flowers have been bartered for a blind eye to the refugees. For basic supplies. For necessary privileges. For more than a single life.
With just these.
Not just. But it is with these flowers, yes.
You just can't let go of that ridiculous fantasy.
I know exactly what I'm doing.
Nothing constitutes this refugee camp except a bunch of toys flung at the children on a charitable whim.
Today, they can have you practicing your art and saving people, sheltering them all in a castle of sand. But tomorrow, they can have you killing them, knocking the castle down, burying them all beneath the ochre dust. As long as the refugees don't make too much of a scene, they'll let anything slide. I'm a doctor. I'm not killing anyone. But what if someone else did it? Then you should ask yourself what a Victorian soldier would do in times like that. And what if it ends up like Forrest again? I'm begging you. You've been scared ever since your first day with the refugees. That the war will continue, that life will no longer be worth looking forward to. That life will no longer be valued. You know these things are bound to happen. And bound to happen more than once. So what will you do, Dr. Quarkus?
What now? They've got people manhunting right up ahead! Bastard!
Frankly, in the midst of the drab, muddy streets, faces all worn, this many flowers naturally stands out like a sore thumb. Don't panic. They won't come prying. But the snatch squads are smart. They won't try to get themselves into hassle. After all, they know what kind of person would need so many fresh flowers for their evening occasion, don't they?
Get a move on.
Are you still worried I'll turn you in?
I've had my eye on you forever at the refugee camp. You don't seem like the sort. So I'm willing to gamble. You don't need to say anything. I know what I'm doing here. It doesn't mean I trust you. And I'll be clear, I can't stand you.
I just wanted to warn you, if you keep acting sneakily like that, you'll only draw the Snatch Squad in by yourself.
Don't need you telling me. Settle down! What are you hollering for? Foul-hearted rubbish, the lot of them! Hey, don't you think it's stuffy in here? Can't catch my breath. And there's a sort of...
Is that some kind of scent? May the earth once again care for life tender.
Oi, look! The vents! What? Is that flowers?
May the earth have mercy that our lost children laid to rest in her bosom.
Ugh. What?
Come out. Let's find your comrades.
I've never seen arts like that before.
Just some of the tradition of home.
So them few are.
They're unconscious, that's all. You have enough time to get the ones you want out of here. I can guess what crosses Michael's mind for a split second. But he doesn't draw his saber, after all. He really does miss his brother so much. The wrong person, the wrong place, the wrong standing.
Michael! How did you get in? I'm here to save you. Follow me. Nice going! Who's that with you? She's just assisting. Let's go. Wait! These stupid manhunting buggers. I'm gonna settle my score with them. What are you doing?
Michael and I are here to rescue you. Not to kill them.
Oh, piss off! You know what they've done?
All too well. Of course you know what they've perpetrated in the refugee camp. Why are you stopping these deserters from bumping off these scum? Listen to yourself. You were interrogating me just a second ago. Now you're chomping at the bit to end others' lives yourself. On the most upstanding and reasoned grounds, of course.
Let me through!
No. We don't need to waste any time in here.
Then just let me sock him once.
Go on.
What about all the rest shut in here? You breaking them out too?
I have them release everyone. I tell them the way out of the city. And I lock all the Snatch Squad inside the cells. You saved them. Why them? Let's go. Before we put anyone on high alert.
There's somewhere we need to go first. It's where all our supplies and gear's buried.
Here? Yes, I remember. This is the place. Of course. It's one I'm all too familiar with.
This is Forrest's grave. My brother.
Of course I remember. It was by my own hands. I buried him here.
It doesn't make sense. Bastard! 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 Ugh! It just doesn't make any sense! Why? You'll save all those camp refugees, no matter how bad they're hurt. You'll get us away from the manhunters, straight through a lockdown city like it's nothing. You even chose to spare that bloody bunch of snatchers, those shit-eating assholes. So why did you abandon my brother? Why didn't you save him?
I was powerless to. Lies? Fine. I'll just tell him. His brother was too badly wounded. Tell him his mistaken battle weren't my fault. Tell him all the rotten consequences for this should fall on the idiots in the top brass. Maybe that'll make it easier for him to bear. And that's how you reassure yourself? You don't need to tell the truth. It's easier to bear. And that's why you chose to lie. I haven't. And that's why you chose to murder. I wouldn't. Then what did you do? Are you going to keep looking for excuses?
Answer me! Look at me! Look at Forrest!
The battle was completely meaningless. Our entire side was annihilated, save your brother and I.
What?
I tried to get him out, but his wounds were just too grave. So in the end, I gave him a peaceful death.
A peaceful death? So you mean...
Yes, I killed him.
That's all it is to you. Just those couple of words! Bastard! 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 You killed him!
Indeed. I couldn't bear to see him suffer any longer. I didn't want to see him return home, to become a madman prosecuted by war.
No. You're just saying what you want!
Michael has been gripping the handle of his saber ever since we left the shop, but he hasn't drawn it once from its sheath. Until now, his saber is held tight and pointed at me. You can kill me. But I don't owe you the slightest thing for your brother's death.
You killed him! You killed your own comrade!
I did. Nothing about what I've done is worthy of commendation. I murdered my own soldier. I did the one thing a doctor should never do. There is no fair justification for my actions. But it was a decision I had to make.
You've said enough. I won't forgive you for this.
But it's because of your brother that I saved you, too. You resemble him a lot. All of you do. Children whose eyes have been covered. Driven, tempted, coerced. Shoulder to shoulder. Step after step. Filled with fervor, rushing to your deaths. Never should death have been so lauded. Life is to be celebrated. You have the right to choose life. The earth will eternally embrace the weary children. That is why I saved you.
You know something? Every letter my brother sent back. No matter what else, he'd always mention you. He said you were a great captain and leader, never berating people at each turn like the rest did. Said you looked after him so much. I believe my brother wouldn't lie. I believe you must have your reasons for doing what you did. Thank you for saving me. I'll live. I'll live on well.
I see Michael slowly hang his head. I can sense the emotions bottled in his heart all along.
These past few days have shown me how incredible you are. Michael!
What are you doing?
But I still can't bear it. I'm sorry.
Won't you retaliate against this? You haven't retaliated either, have you? He thrusts wide. Did he mean to? It doesn't matter. Hey, you won't even be angry? It's not you who should be bearing this after all. You know you're a victim too. You're not the one to blame when these things happen. What happened back then, regardless of who was right or wrong, means nothing no matter how deep you probe. Suffering, casualty, hostility, blades, envy, all cut us far adrift from the earth. And in that moment, we are all the victims. I just don't know what to say to you. I'm sure Forrest hoped his brother would have a proper life to live. In that instant, he was reborn and found his way back to the Earth's sprawling roots. If we continue to persecute each other so, letting hate drive hate, we would do no service to their wishes. Theirs. And so, this is the best account I can give him. And you needn't keep blaming yourself any longer. Congratulations. How nice for you. You finally managed to get yourself killed. Are you really giving up just like that? You're the doctor here. And more than that, a druid priest. Will you give up on life? I beg of you, take care of him for me.
Never should death have been so lauded. Life is to be celebrated.
Mom.
Take the child out of here for now. Almost every day brings new faces before me, but I still try to remember all their names. Life should not be abandoned like this without a trace. Quercus! What the? What's all the blood on you about? I'll fetch you a doctor right now! I am a doctor. And I was once a Victorian soldier. Now I'm a Rhodes Island branch operator, and Rhodes Island Godothan intelligence officer. They who suffer are hung up high. Look, that's our hero! So the busybodies below the scaffold loudly cheer. The doctor's headed for Londinium. They need our backing on the intelligence front. But I'm fine. I just took a quick trip to the refugee camp earlier. Hero! Hero! The children chant in voices raised high. But they notice not the looks of worry in their parents' eyes. I'm lucky Grani isn't back yet. I know she wouldn't let it rest without learning every last detail. I hope everything's going smoothly on her end. Please let nothing trouble her. For now, I'd best pretend I'm asleep before it's too late. Another day's dusk. But the night won't be long. Quercus!
Did you get some proper rest? Quercus, I'm here to see you. Good evening. Quercus! Look at you! You didn't listen to me, did you? Granny, the 24 hours are almost up. Then I'll ground you for another 24! You lie down for me right now! Quercus, you look in terrible shape. I'm fine. I'll be good. In fact, I baked you some biscuits. Death casts away the dead and salivates for the living. The most fearful torment would not so easily indulge these friends who mind each other so, nor these relatives for whom relief comes with great difficulty. May the earth forgive. May life endure. May... Quercus! Goodness. Trust increase 3, talk 2, talk 3.
Those who depart us receive the land's forgiveness and rest in her embrace. But some people go too quickly, the roots of the forests of their homes unable to hold on to their hands. Was that not like me? Being so serious? You really should have seen me when I worked back home. Rhodes Island bridge climbing competition? Dr. Calcit shut that down midway, didn't she? Citing lack of safety ropes for all the contestants and so on. Well, I wasn't that likely to win it. And the look on Dr. Calcit's face was a much greater sight to see anyway.
Alright then.
You look put out with all these reports on your desk. Don't worry. If there's any danger, I'll know it by the scent. But if you just don't want to work, I can't help you there.
This does give you an entirely different perspective for Horn's EP, huh? But at least there's biscuits, I guess. You know, I know you said that I'm sorry that I had this in the wrong order, but in all honesty, I feel like it fits perfectly well here. I really do. I feel like having this was very, very fitting. I think that I understand what you're saying with the order, but thematically, I think that this fit like a glove. Goodness. Alright. Is... I wanted to do the outfit reviews, but I don't think that I'm not sure the music quite fits, so I'm trying to figure out how to handle that. Because part of the outfits I don't think are currently in shop, so I don't really know how we want to do that, because I don't know how to safely change it. The catalog? It's the fashion catalog. Okay. Beauty came put on the I was debating that, but that could be anything. But yeah, I mean that's fine. We could do that too. The catalog I don't know how to find correctly, and it makes me kind of nervous, but you can look at the skins from the operator pages too, but that's where I know, but that's where we have the different music. No, I know. Okay, you know what? That's how we'll do it. We'll just have our own music on here, whatever it may be. We will change this here. All right. All right. Let's do it this way then. Do we? Hang on. I'm just trying to make sure we. Okay, Quirkus skin, Siege skin, Horn skin. Okay. We'll change this. Huh? We'll change this and we'll do it this way, I guess. So it's less intense. Alright. Alrighty. Whatever happens, happens. Okay, let's see here. I probably should have, like, a repeating shop theme in here, just in case I need it in the future. Let's see here. What am I trying to... Is there any particular one, or... Because I know she has a few, right? I think I've only ever reviewed the D&D one, correct? I'm guessing these are all okay, or... One you were on with the cursor? Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is a... I didn't even realize this was... Okay, so this is the one that we reviewed, and then this is the new one. I didn't even realize this was the skin. I thought it was a E2 or something. Alright. Let's see here. Alright, oh shoot, I don't know how to... Right, okay. This is gonna take a while to get used to. Huh. Yeah, I thought that this was the E2. I was not expecting this to be one of the skins. I've definitely never seen this skin before, so... Hang on a sec. There we go. The perspective is honestly... You know what? You know what's kind of interesting? Is that the layout of this perspective is very similar to Bagpipe, in my opinion. Right? because we also had Bagpipe with her fellow soldiers, and then we have Corcus in the same situation, and we also have the towering buildings and everything. We can see more of Corcus's arts here, of course, but this is very, very, this is very, similar, I feel like, in composition, in layout, in design to Bagpipes, I feel like. Let's see here. It's a really great balance of cool blues and warm reds as well, because, we have sort of the, you know, the fire and everything. The firing squad, the ranges, the bullets, the smokestacks, but then we also have it balanced by her hair. And, of course, little details on her dress, and also these flowers. So the flowers, the ribbon, the details, this very elegant, graceful part is in the same color scheme as the destruction, the war, the fire, the battle. And then her arts have the white flowers and the cool blues as well. There's a big color harmony balance going on, which is really, really nice. I'm kind of wondering why she has red flowers here on the staff, and then white flowers are bursting forth with her arts. So it's a really interesting contrast here. See any details as well. The gestures are all really good too. Having everyone surrounding. Interesting to note that she has her arts going around the barbed wire too. The flowers and vines sort of constricting the dangerous and violent parts here. Oh gosh, I can't get over how this hair is rendered. This is so good. This is such beautiful hair rendering. Oh man. This is Yuji's work, right? Man, I love how this is painted. This is so gorgeous. The layers of depth in this hair are so inspiring. I have a problem with the skin where I see a mile-long neck. No, it's accurate. Because her shoulders are up here, and there's a little bit of hair going in front, but the shoulders line up correctly. And the neck is where the collar is, so don't worry. I know because it's lower, you think it makes the neck look longer, but it's not. This is accurate. This is correct. Yeah, it's just where the neckline of the shirt is, but I think that this is fine. Also, it does kind of work for a serval anyway. I mean, if you looked up a serval, they kind of fit that entire vibe. Like, if you look up a picture of an actual serval, they do have longer necks. They're very, they're very, draft cat. They're very lanky animals in general, so even though this was unintentional, I'm sure, to make it look longer, or actually, you know, it is a beauty standard sometimes to have the neck look longer, so this could have been a fashion choice. So the proportions are correct, but ironically, the longer neck actually gives me more of the sense of the serval animal. If she had this scarf much closer to her neck, I feel like she would look less like a serval. This is actually very good character design and color styling. The long neck gives her that elegance, it gives her that grace, and it also gives her the look of a serval, frankly. So I actually don't mind it at all. I think it actually is in service to her design, believe it or not. Yeah, I can't get over the rendering of the hair, though. That at some point I do need to do a study of Yuji's work, because oh, it's so well done. It's so beautifully rendered. Her pose, her posture, her stance is really strong here too. The contrapposto between how she's holding this staff and having her arm out kind of creating this X formation, is also doing a really great job to build the composition around. Because you have this X here, straight in the center, and then you have the flowing, the flowing plant life around the whole composition. And you're working with curves over straights, which is a very strong compositional choice, right? You're working with something very graceful, very fluid, very soft, against really harsh lines, strong buildings, heavy shields. So that as well is also doing a really great job in sort of marrying the two concepts of light and dark, hard and soft. The whole thing is actually very well done. This is a beautiful skin though. I've never seen this one. I'm seeing this 100% for the first time. This is beautifully. Also, in terms of the composition, her tail too. Look at how her tail is wrapping upwards, and then the ribbon on the staff is flowing downwards. It's filling the space beautifully. And it's actually filling the space in sort of this circular shape, which is also, her hair is also very circular because of how wide and flowing it is. So you kind of have this sort of S-shaped yin-yang center balance point, and then the hand and the staff are creating a counterbalance. The whole thing is very, very structured. So that is very, very cool. Yeah, I think it's a really well done skin. See if there's any... I think that's all the main notes I have. I think the composition and the color scheme is my main notes on it. Alright. Epoch Series. Sub-brand Passé. Series Select Distant Homes Guide. The plainclothes Quercus once wore on an infiltration mission, principally serving to conceal her identity so as to better facilitate combat in city environs. Interesting, okay. I was wondering, I'm like, if she's a commander, why is she dressed so casually? That explains it, it was intentional. Okay. Alright then. What did someone say here? Limited and key units within 10 or 20 pulls every time. I saved a really good amount of OP. It's free to play. Michael, I do appreciate the offer, but I think I kind of just want to stick to my own account and my own experiences with it. I do appreciate it though, that is extremely kind of you. But I think I just want to stick with what I currently have, raw experience. Thank you, though. I really do appreciate the offer. It's very, very sweet of you to offer. The skin was an event reward? Oh, so it's like, was it like collab or limited or something? Or is it like a future thing? A rare $8 skin that looks like it could be Raytheon. Well, I still like the D&D one, so that's all good. Alright. Next up, we have... How do I want to do this? I have to go back to home. Here we go. Next is... Siege skin. Okay. Like the current Moose skin, you have to play the event to get it. Oh, I see. So that hasn't rerun. That hasn't come back is what you're saying. Okay, I get you. Alright. Okay, Siege. Oh. Here we go. Is there any... So there's two for Siege. Are both of them okay? That's a Yuri too. The other two skins are fine. Oh, I know. I was holding on, not sure if they were okay or not. All right. Interesting with the lions. Okay. Far right one? They're all fine. Okay. I have not seen this one either, so. This one's interesting. The lion has goggles. Okay. Interesting indeed. Huh. You know, normally I do like how Arknights draws feral animals. I normally really get a lot of inspiration from how they draw feral animals. I'm not entirely sure about the lion here. I'm not entirely sure about the lion's face in this. It's maybe it's intentionally so. It feels very. It feels a little strangely human-esque. Not because of the goggles, but like because of the face. I don't know how to describe it. It's a little strange. Maybe that's intentional. Maybe we're trying to humanize the lion, but I feel like it's gonna start talking. Too elongated for a cat face. Yeah, lions are very what's the word? They're very like structured. How do I describe it? Don't recite the old magic to me, witch. Yeah, we kind of have the same idea, don't we? He does kind of look like Scar in a way. The face is like, I think it's too skinny. I think it's like his face is just a little too skinny. Because I'm used to seeing it being very what's the word? Shoot. Hang on a sec. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. I will be right back. I will be right back. Hang on 1 second, sorry. Sorry, that literally could not wait. Sorry about that. Anyway, woo, where were we? Oh gosh, sorry, backtrack. Did you fight off the lion star? I got a few death glares. But hey, it's okay, we're fine, everything's fine. Okay, anyway. The lion is gorgeous, moving on. Alright, Alright. I'm extremely confused about the sign here. Alright. Crossing sign, walking sign, low battery sign? I'm quite confused here. And then at the top it says zoo. Zoo? Are there zoos in Terra? I'm so confused. It does say zoo, right? I'm not going crazy. Oh, maybe it says 700. Maybe it says 700. It's so hard to tell. Maybe it says 700. That is literally impossible to tell. It's scratched off exactly where I would need to try to figure it out. Alright, anyway. Huh. Well, then what's in here? Are those just lollipops? Do you have your own headhunting bag of nothing but lollipops? Because it has our logo on it. Did you take a headhunting bag and fill it with lollipops? Are you serious right now? She did. We kind of need that. That's kind of property of Rhodes Island. Can you not fill that with lollipops? Oh my gosh. She took one of the broken zipper ones out of the trash. Oh gosh. Oh, she pulled a bag full of 5-star lollipops. Well, they are all golden, so. Alright. Oh, Airscarp, the lion needs a little electric charge. He's hungry. What are you talking about? 700 Lions Crossing. They have no charge in their phone batteries. It's not too hard to decipher when you really think about it. Oh my gosh. Are gold certs just lollipop wrappers? Stop! Stop! Well, this is a fairly, like, in terms of composition, this is not as crazy as the one we just saw. But, it is interesting. It is definitely interesting. I don't know where they are. I don't know where they are right now. I don't have as much to say on this in terms of, like, composition and color. It is interesting how we're sort of repainting the yellow in a million different ways, between the hammer, the barrel, the crossing signs, her hair, this one's hair, fur. What are the hind legs of the lion vanishing into? I think he's, like, I think he's stepping over, like, a cinder block or something. I'm pretty sure- I was looking at that too. I think he's stepping over it. I think he's, like, crossing over it. Which kind of makes me wonder if this is, like, some sort of, like, escape thing? I don't know. Because these holes look suspiciously, hammer-sized. Looks like it melds into it. Yeah, because it's kind of hard to see the other paw here. I feel like this is a very hammer-sized hole. What do you guys think? I don't know. Kind of hard to tell. The whole thing just gives me a lot of questions, I suppose. The goggles are such an interesting touch. The jacket is an interesting choice. This is like the gold and the bluish green is an interesting color choice. I don't really know what to say about this one. I'm kind of stumped on how... Alright, how do you guys feel about this one? I'm kind of stumped on how I feel about this one. I have a lot of questions based on what I'm seeing. But I'm not sure that it's necessarily my favorite. The colors are a little bit off just in terms of my personal preference. I'm not really a fan of, like, golds with that dark seafoam. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. It's 2019 skin. Not bad, not great. It's not that it's even basic. It's not that basic, it's just that, the layout is... It definitely feels like it's a fashion shoot, layout. It definitely feels like a fashion shoot composition. She looks like she is modeling, the jacket, or the boots, or something. This definitely looks like something you would see in, like, an alt fashion type of feeling. But yeah. On the other hand, you know, it's always nice to know that, you know, that you could get to the level of doing an early skin. You guys like the chibi? Alright, let's see the chibi. The chibi's cute. I do like the chibi, that's a nice chibi. Alright. Vitafield. Rewilder. Series Classics Legacy. Wind resistant, waterproof, and durable. Fair enough. Just say that Infokun has improved at doing art. That is extremely fair, yeah. Look, if Infokun has improved, and I could see myself, like, eventually getting to the point of being able to do the early stuff, then that's a good sign. I know that I'm still not at this level yet, but I want to be. Alright. Description is just straight up jcpenney.com store page line. Well, that's common for a lot of the sports ones, I think. The sports ones or the beach ones. Alrighty, let's see. Alright, Raytheon. Raytheon skin, okay. So this is interesting because now it makes so much more sense, right? It wouldn't have made any sense before. I would have just seen this and been like, oh, okay. That's fair. I don't know who all these people are, but that's cool. And now it's like, oh, wait. Oh, wait, this is also her... Wait. Her outfit is directly from the catalog? Well, now I'm confused. What do you mean your outfit's directly from the catalog? Now you know all the kitties. We do know all the kitties. So we have the whole Glasgow gang. I'm guessing that's like, some sort of important building in Victoria. It either looks like a palace or a bank or something. I'm so thrown off that her main outfit going forward is just from the catalog. The catalog took her outfit for themselves to sell to Doctor. So wait, which came first? Did we base it off of her current look, or did she base her current look off of the... They gave us her Chapter 10 design as a skin? I see that! Alright, smart, fair. Which is why we see so many other outfits in story, and go give skin please, HG. No, that's fair, honestly. I'm trying to think now. I'm like, wait, there's other instances where that could be a thing. The outfit is so drip. It's not fun to draw, I'll tell you that much. The skin was released in Chapter 10, as just saw in the trailer, so who knows which was first. Oh, interesting, okay. It's an amusing choice to me. It's very cool to see the whole gang together. It's a really interesting composition because of how much we can see in terms of the building, right? Again, it's that sort of like squad leader in the center and soldiers at the ready surrounding. In this case, we don't see any of their faces because I guess, you know, for story reasons, that was clever. And also to not make it distracting to the main character of the skin, which makes sense to me. But the perspective is really good. That we kind of feel like we're looking up at her and seeing the rest of the outfit around. Chicken versus egg scenario, yeah, there you go. Are those tanks? Why are there tanks around here? The colors are all very muted though. The colors, they're all very, well, I guess that's typical for Raytheon design, but it's all very, subtle, it feels. There are not too many variations of color, I'm noticing. It's all fairly standard army green, black, little bits of silver and gold, but... And it's interesting how that color is also reflected in the building, that darker green being reflected directly. And I'm guessing that's probably like a color map? APCs made to carry soldiers across dangerous terrain. Oh, okay, okay. With the way her hand is posed, it reads as a take it, get up, follow me. That's cool. It's also a really interesting composition when you think of like, you know, Morgan's height versus Indra's height and how it's sort of like aligned with the building as well. That's a cool touch. Morgan has a cleaver. I was not expecting that. I like that it keeps the gold of her hair unique so it pops out. Yeah, Morgan's hair is a lot more understated and subdued, which definitely allows Siege's hair to pop out as sort of being like the main saturated thing in this piece, which immediately draws our eye to her, which was a smart choice. Aside from the lights on the APCs, that can be like slightly distracting, but it's okay because it's not too apparent. The thickest part is clearly her hair, and it is still the most vibrant, shiny, golden area, so we do end up looking straight directly at her face, which is probably the main goal of this skin anyway. I still don't understand the random skeleton leg fashion choice, but hey, that's a-okay. I still don't understand the multi-sleeve. I understand it a little better now. Now I'm guessing that the crop top is probably full and that the sleeve is an add-on design. I still don't entirely get it, but I can accept it a tiny bit easier. But yeah, anyway. I'm almost done with the line art on the chibi, by the way. I'm kind of glad that, I'm kind of glad that we got the extra time today. That I have extra time to finish Siege. So I don't have to rush it. Thematically, the hammer being so dark makes sense, but makes it kind of hard to make out the details. Yeah, that's fair. And keep in mind, right, like her main PNG, the hammer is not obfuscated by anything. Like, Indra isn't normally in the background of her regular PNG, so... Actually, wait, how different was this drawing? It's really not that different. It's clearly a different drawing, but... Actually... Wait a minute. Is it? Hang on. It's nearly identical. If I compare this to her PNG, it's nearly identical. I think that they literally repainted some parts of the PNG to like change the position of the feet, change the position of the arm. But there's a lot of things that I'm looking at on this PNG and I'm like, oh, these match 1-to-1. These are identical. I think they reused the PNG art and changed some things around. I guess I can't blame them. But that does make it kind of amusing. Like the chess piece and everything. Like if you pull up her PNG right now, you can see that it is identical, pretty much. Yeah, I see that the feet are in a different position, the arm is in a different position, but the arm holding the hammer itself, there's slightly different shading on the clothing, but the chest piece is also identical. And the hair has changed. The hair is more of the upward look. If it already looks cool, why change what's not broken or smashed by a hammer anyhow? There you go. Alrighty. Alright. Striker Series City Destroyer. A product of Raytheon Industries, this defensive gear is designed for robust combat, with additional high-density shock-absorbent elements present in the lining that answer the impact of attacks, while simultaneously tailored in parts to ensure high flexibility. Alright then. I need that intro fit. I do like the chibi for this too. What? Guys, that would have been really helpful to have on hand. It would have been really helpful to, like, have been able to look at that chibi while designing the plushie, you know? Oh, that's funny. Look at the pouty chibi with her arms crossed. Yeah. Alrighty then. I mean, it's like, it's a different pose, so I probably wouldn't have been that helpful, but I don't know, it might have helped in some areas. Now you know for next time. How would I have known? You didn't use it for your plushie? I didn't know it existed! I did not know it existed! How would I have used what I didn't know existed? Oh man, now I feel like the hair that I designed is way too complex for what she should be. Oh well. Too late now, I already finished all of the line art for it. So... whoops. RIP Star Sanity IRL. I literally finished all the line art for it this morning. If I had known I could have done it in this level of simplification, that would have helped a lot. I don't know how to make chibis correctly. Clearly. We can just say we brought Gigi and designed a new hair for her. There, I solved it! Thank you, Zengetsu. Much appreciated. Alrighty. Good to know for next time. I think that AK does the best job with chibis, and I think I still have a lot to learn. Anyway. Okay. Our next outfit here is... Horn. Okay. Alright. Your chibis are a whole different style than these. I know, but I prefer these. I prefer these to my own, okay? Here, look, we can compare. You can compare this chibi to the one I drew. Aside from the change in, like, having the artillery and everything, I do like how they do the chibis more. I have much to learn how to balance. I also like the eyes better. Anyway, I'll shut up now because I think Vessa's gonna give me death glares. Alright. Only one skin here? That is a-okay. Okay. Well, I really like it so far here. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, there's wolves here in the background. She still has her shield, but it's like made of stone. Okay. Alright, I really like this. I really love the depth in this. First thing I'm noticing, huge amount of depth. Really huge amount of depth. I'm really liking the depth. She is very much in the foreground. There's a huge amount of background here. I'm loving the extra flowers because it kind of, you know, feels like Quercus helped around here. Very Lady of the Lake. A silver sword or a gold sword? I love how the environment's painted in, too. I'm in the minority? I don't like the skin and I couldn't tell you why. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's very elegant. The colors are beautiful. It's very romantic coloring, too. Everything definitely has, like, a nice, like, golden hour lighting to it that I really like. I love the little detail of the shadowed wolves by the waterfall. That's really nice. The lilies are beautifully painted. The water's beautifully painted. So pretty, but doesn't vibe with you? Maybe because it's, like, very different to how you see Horn? Maybe because it's, like, very much against what we typically know? Like, for Quercus, this would feel, right at home, and then the whole difference is you didn't know that Quercus was a commander. But then with Horn, you know her as a commander, so this feels maybe a little bit more off-putting. But you guys know that I'm biased towards the more, like, gentle fantasy theming, so I'm also more biased to this subject matter and theme than I am to things like the Raytheon line, right? So I understand that. I understand. It's very, very different than how we know her. The proportion seems off? I don't think the proportion's off at all. I don't think so anyway. Maybe the leg? Do you think the legs are too long? I think it works for the level of elegance. It's still a great, it'd be a great piece to study too. The lighting and the shadows are very nice. Look at how the dappled light, the sunset lighting is creating like such intensity in the grasses here that they're just as vibrant as her hair and her tail. What's over here? Oh, okay, it's just a rock with texture. I couldn't tell for a second. This artist is doing some really rough textures, but it's fine. It works. It communicates what we need to. It's very, very rough in some places. We still have the Victorian symbol here, albeit a little bit worn off. But it's funny that it's just sort of made in stone. This is such rough paintbrush working. Overall, I think it's really elegant. Also, it's a simple composition on the outside in terms of the shape it's creating, but it's a very detailed composition within the piece, right? like I was saying, the amount of depth is really good. Having this sort of hazy coloring in the background and the size ratio really gives you a sense that this is like, you know, at least 50 to 100 feet out. Which is very impressive. You think it was for a propaganda poster? It's hard to know how a soldier would normally spend their free time and what they sort of would enjoy in their free time, right? When they're not constantly thrown into the fires of war. So it's hard to know how much of like an elegant lady type she would want to be. But I do think that this is quite a lovely look for her. I agree that the E2 is just, it's very her, it's very fitting, and it's very well done. So I completely understand that too. But overall, I do think that, and again, theme bias, major theme bias, but this is probably my favorite skin that we looked at today. Just thematically, I love this type of thing. Maybe it doesn't necessarily fit Horn, but I love the more nature-based ones. I love the more elegant-based ones. So for me, this is the design winner. But I do agree with you that it also probably doesn't fit Horn, and that the E2 is still much more in line with how we know her. What's my favorite skin overall? Suzerain Sakura one, clearly. Suzerain Sakura one, Reed's Museum one, Stacya's Frilby on the Palace is really nice. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very biased to Suzerain's one, clearly. Astronaut Alter will get a skin to dethrone them all. Trust in Yushi. I think that, like, design-wise, I do think that Reed's Museum one is one of my favorites. And the animation is also a bias part, too. I really like the animation and the different lighting that it gives. So I'm really big fan of that one. Totters is still crazy. I'm waiting for that one to come back in the shop. What else? I'm trying to think of them in my head now. I love Golden Glow's Hello Kitty one. Because that has beautiful rendering. All the Sui skins are very nice, true. I really like the new Dusk one. I'm trying to think what else. Posey? Yeah. Posey's Yanese one, for sure. Posey's Yanese one. I actually have a bookmark of Posey's Yanese skin. Yeah, I don't know. Oh my gosh, alright. Someday I should make like an outfit tier list. Would that be unkind to the artists? I don't know if that would be unkind to the artists, because a lot of it is personal bias too. But that would be fun. That might be fun to do. Someday. I don't think that there's a single bad artist in Arknights. I'm throwing that out right now. I don't think that there's a single bad one. I think that if you get to be an artist in Arknights, you have an extremely high level of talent that I think most people do not reach. So, I'm throwing that out there right now. And that's why I keep saying every time I see an artist online and they do Arknights fan art, I'm like, oh, okay. Of course you're a good artist. You've done Arknights fan art. That still ends up holding true. As long as you don't send them the tier list as a DM to Glow. Why would I do that? That's a horrible thought. Just thinking about the concept of that gives me the heebie-jeebies. Oh my gosh. How to, like, blacklist yourself from the industry in 101 here. It's your own opinion, and in fairness, the list would start at, like, good but not my thing. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Which means you're a good artist too, because you've also done Arknights fan art. I am evolving. I am getting there. I will be annoying. I will say that I'm really happy with how the next Mail Club postcard is turning out. I'm not just saying that to get people to sign up. I genuinely feel like that this one is like a jump up in quality from what I've done before, and I'm excited because I'm hoping to, like, carry that over more and more. You're great in getting better. Repeat that. I appreciate it. I really, I want to get to this level. I look at the level of this rendering, and it's like, there's some pieces here that are so rough, that are so just like, you know, we're just getting the idea down. We're just getting the idea down. We're just getting the idea down. But it's done so... It's done so intentionally, you know? There's no random part in here. Every little extra stroke is like, we're roughly getting the idea in here, but we're doing it with intention. And then, you know, put all the focus on the face, because that's what most people are going to be focused on. That's where you have all your detail. When you're just doing the environment, it's like, just get the idea down. And it works! It works. I honestly really do like this. I don't know, I might... Not necessarily because I think it matches Horn, but as a painting, as a Lady of the Lake themed painting, I think it is gorgeous. Alrighty. And... let's see here. With that being said, I think that we are probably going to wrap up here for the day. I think we've gone through some major Chapter 10 stuff. Oh dear God. We got through the operator records we needed to. We got through the skins. We saw some beautiful music work. I can't get a- oh look, Golden Glow. Golden Glow's Hello Kitty theme. There you go, there it is. And now we are ready to jump into Chapter 11 on Saturday, which, again, I think that's perfect. I think starting a stream with a chapter is better than sort of, like, ending a stream with one, you know? So, I think this works. I think we will finish off the Siege plush. And, yeah, thank you again for shouting out the mail. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, or night. If you're new here, do consider subscribing on YouTube or following on Twitch or joining our Discord. We'd be happy to have you here. Thank you so much again. All the best. I will see you Thursday, where we are probably going to be trying to do a painting of Meteorite, and then on Saturday, we'll jump into 11. All right. Thank you so much, Stargazers. All the best.